Yes. Welcome everyone. I'm Prachi and I'm welcoming you on behalf of DBATU Alumni Association. We are here today for one interesting session called Mock Interview for Freshers. As we all know, the students who are in their final year or who are just passed out of their college don't have any idea how to give interviews, how to talk in front of people, what will be the questions, how to sit, how to talk, how to interact. So we are today trying to give a live demonstration of how an interview is conducted and how a student should respond or how a student should be present. This is not a scripted interview session. This will be a live interview session. We have two students from final year of DBATU and we have three panelists with us who are alumni of BATU, and they are doing well in their professional life, and they are conducting interviews as a part of their work in their respective companies. So I welcome you all once again. Let me just introduce our panelists with you. Rajesh Tengshe is 1998 pass out of mechanical engineering from DBATU, and he is right now a consultant at Tata Consultancy Services. Rajendra Shinde is chemical 1998 pass out of DBATU, and he is director solutions for energy utility and chemical sector at Capgemini. We have Milind Thakur, who is 2014 pass out mechanical batch, and he is senior consultant at Bristlecone company. So I welcome all the panelists on behalf of DBATU Alumni Association, and thank you all for your valuable time. We have Atharva Borikar and Sarthak Shindikar who have very happily agreed to volunteer as interviewees for this session. So I welcome them both and thank them both. Now I'll invite Swapnil Dhaute, who is Alumni Association Executive Committee member, to say a few words about Alumni Association, the work of the association, and what are the future plans of the association. Over to you, Swapnil.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Everybody, good evening. This is Swapnil Dhaute, 2019 petrochemical pass out. Regarding to DBAA, that is the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological Alumni Association. DBATU Alumni Association has been active for a few years in some form or other, but it was officially registered only in this January of 2021 only. The association's online portal was inaugurated in October in that same year, in 2021. The association has more than 2,500 members registered on its online portal, and has its presence on various social media handles, channels like Facebook. And on Facebook, we have 7,500 plus members. The association's vision is to initiate, nurture, and sustain constructive engagement with alumni and corporations as active catalysts in the DBATU's pursuit of achieving excellence. One of its mission goal is to provide enablement, training, and support for alumni and the university in in technical and non-technical aspects both. Today's session is one of the many inching forward towards achieving this mission, and we as a DBAA working for wellness of or increase the knowledge and fulfilling the gap in between your educational surrounding and corporate world or the other world which is away from a lone area. So thank you everybody, and all the best everybody. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Swapnil, for this short and sweet introduction of Alumni Association. Indeed, Alumni Association is taking great efforts for university, for students, as well as for benefit of alumni. So now let's start the interview. First, we will start with Sarthak Shindikar. Sarthak, three panelists of us are Rajendra sir, Rajesh sir and Milind sir. And over to you, panelists.
Hey, hi Sarthak.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening to all.
How are you?
Good evening.
Yes, sir. I'm excellent.
Okay,
You are nervous?
Yes?
Are you nervous?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, good.
So currently, where are you? You are in campus or still you are operating from your house? Where are you?
Sir, right now I'm in Pune, and right now I'm currently I'm doing my internship for the final semester in Pune only.
Okay, so internship, good. Okay, okay. Just maybe can you just introduce yourself?
Okay, sir. First of all, good evening to everyone, and I thank you all for giving me this opportunity. And I'm first of all, I'm a Sarthak Shindikar, and I'm from Pune. I'm a final year BTech student from DBATU of Mechanical Engineering. And I, in the span of all the 3.5 years of my UG graduation, I have done several projects, and I have participated in several competitions, national level competitions. The recent one was I was part of the team, our university team of a national student design competition, which was organized by ISRO India, and our team was one of the top 15 teams from India. Also, I'm part of the MBAR team of our university, the team Technospark, and also in the past I was part of the National Electric Car Championship team of our university, the team Drifters. Also, currently I'm in Pune. I'm doing my last semester internship in Gratitude Synergy, where I assist in the green building certification projects and I work with all my seniors and try to advise the clients, and I try to assist them in the ongoing projects. Also, all these competitions which I participated in, those participations has made me discover my strengths and weaknesses, and also because of that I can work with the work in a team. It made me a team player, and I can collaborate with the people with of different mindsets and different ideas, and come up with the new solutions to the problems. Also, I have participated in all the extracurricular activities of our university, the technical events and all. And also, in my leisure time, I like to read the new books, and also I like to write about what I've read, like some kind of a review and all. Also, so that's that was from my side. Thank you.
Okay. So Rajesh, you want to take Rajesh or Bilal?
Yeah. So Sarthak, I see you have done the work in the heat and heat transfer and air conditioning and
Yes, sir.
related area, right?
Yes, sir.
You are interested in doing post graduation in thermal engineering or the refrigeration related area?
Yes, sir. I have done the projects in that field only, like HVAC, and the recent one was the HVAC design of a multi-specialty hospital, the National Student Design Competition. And right now I'm also working in the green buildings consulting firm, which is also related to the interrelated to the HVAC and all the MEP.
Can you explain what did you do in the project when you said you worked for some project for the hospital, right?
Okay.
Design of the HVAC. So what was your role in that project? What did you do? What is, just explain what the project was all about.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have given a task about they have given a layout of the two-story hospital. So we have to design the sustainable and energy efficient HVAC system for the healthcare facility. So as I was a captain, so of our team, I have done the heat load calculations, the system selection, also. Also we have worked towards the how to make the system energy efficient. Also we have look into the part the indoor air quality, how to and how to stop the COVID-19 spread into the hospital also. So basically we have done the HVAC system which is energy efficient and also sustainable.
And how many member team this was, which you were leading?
4 members, sir.
4 member. And which hospital did you work this for?
Sir, they have given us the basic layout, and we have given the liberty to choose the location of hospital, the site of hospital, the construction materials also.
Okay.
Hmm.
As for that Ishwari India, they have given this work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Problem
under the national student design competition, and we were one of the top 15 teams of from India.
Yeah. So as I asked earlier, as you have already worked and you have, I see you have worked in a few other projects related to refrigeration and heat transfer. Would you like to go for the post graduation? Are you interested in doing a little? Because I think you have written you are more interested in research and analytics kind of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward for the the post graduation rather than the recent job.
So you have appeared for the any entrance exam for the post graduation?
Yes, sir. I have applied for the GATE this year, but unfortunately the result was not on my side. So I will try to work really hard in this year also, and try to achieve.
Okay. Yeah, Milind, you can take over.
Sarthak, I want to ask question about the same thing that you did as your research project. So you said that you designed the HVAC system.
Yes,
what kind of system was that? Was that vapor compression system or vapor absorption system?
Sir, we have done the VRF system.
Okay, sure. And would you recommend me using vapor absorption system for a hospital?
Sir, yes, I will.
Let me tweak my question. When will you use vapor absorption system instead of vapor compression refrigeration system? So in hospital, did you have heat source? Did you have any heat source which was available free of cost?
Heat source, the heating system.
Yes. Was it available free of cost?
No, sir. We have not designed the heating system. Just we have only focused on the cooling system only, the VRF system.
You also have mentioned that in one of your projects you did air cooling using Convergent nozzle.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain the principle behind the Convergent nozzle and what were your observations during the project?
Sir, I have done I did the theoretical study, and from that I designed the SolidWorks, design model in the SolidWorks. So in that, when we use a nozzle, as we already know, because of the reduction in the area, there is a pressure drop and the temperature drop. So so I have used the nozzle panel in front of the fan, like we use in the desert cooler. I have replaced those padding system from the 3 sides. So I have on those three sides, I have replaced those padding with the bamboo, and on the front side, I have attached the nozzle panel of the small nozzle of 20 to 30 numbers. So because of that, when we draft the air from the behind the fan, and as it passed through the small nozzles, so because of that pressure drop, it gives us the slight cooler air than the surrounding environment. It depends on the Joule-Thomson effect.
Sure, Sarthak. Sarthak, question on the same thing. Where it will be more effective, in regions like Nagpur or region like Mumbai? And what will be the deciding factor about effectiveness of your system?
Sir, so as we know, because of the desert cooler, the additional humidity gets added in the environment. So rather than Nagpur, it will be more efficient and useful in the Mumbai region, because if we use the desert coolers or evaporative cooling in the Mumbai region, which is already a coastal line, and there is a high humidity ratio, so it will add more humidity, and it will not. I would not recommend you to use it in the Mumbai region. I would recommend it to use in the Mumbai region rather than the Nagpur region.
Sarthak, are you sure in Mumbai or Nagpur? Because your explanation was
Mumbai, sir.
correct.
Mumbai, sir. That was Mumbai.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Rajendra sir, Rajesh sir.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. So Sarthak, you talk about green building. Okay, can
Yes,
you say why it's green building? Can you just elaborate? Why green
Sir,
building?
Sir, green building means the kind of building that we try to build, which will be sustainable, and which will not affect the environment by during the construction or during the operation time. We can use the materials which can with lower thermal conductivity, which will be which will make our building energy efficient. Because of that, we have to use the HVAC system with the lesser consumption, which will also try to you can say the less energy consumption. Also, the material we use in the building, which will not be harmful for the environment, like all the waste materials. There are the cement materials which there is too much of a waste that we can see during the construction also. So as we can say the green building. So as I'm doing my internship, so because I worked on 2 or 3 projects right now, so from that I can say that by you adapting the some different kind of measures during the building construction, or during the operating of the building, we can transform our normal buildings into the green buildings, which will be energy efficient, also sustainable buildings, and which will not also harm the surrounding environment, or you can say
Yes,
soil
I
quality
think
and all.
so. Sarthak, I think you are talking about sustainability point of view,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
So,
Sustainability.
there is one word which everyone is using in the word right now as a net zero.
Yes, sir.
Can you
Net
elaborate
zero.
what is net zero?
Sir, basically the net zero is eliminating the use of you can say the conventional energy sources, like for the part of net zero energy part, I will say to reduce the energy consumption, and also additionally use the renewable sources, which additionally we can use the renewable source energy sources, which will eliminate, or we can say reduce the dependency on the you can say all the the electricity from the grid. So because of that, so that electricity comes from the you can say the coal, or the generation depends on the coal. So the net zero energy means neglecting the dependency on the conventional sources.
Okay, maybe, yeah, okay, maybe you are partially right, maybe. Yeah, but so what about India? What is India's target of achieving net zero? By which year India is planning to achieve net zero? You know?
Sir, I think during from the start of the Modi government, they have targeted the 2020 for the as for the part of a solar energy generation. But I think we are halfway now for the solar PV solar generation, and by the year 2030 or 40, we can say we can take a few steps towards the net zero energy or net zero water.
Okay. So maybe so now everyone is talking about net zero. Can you do you know what is Paris Agreement?
No, sir.
Okay. What do you think about, Miss? Currently, there is a war which is going on between Ukraine and Russia. What is the reason of that war? Do you know?
Sir, it goes back to the their history of the Soviet Union also. The Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union back then, and after separating the crude oil mines was most of the crude oil mines are in the Ukraine. So I think that because of that the war is going on, because Russia wants
So
to.
maybe you can read more. Everything is related to all this, Miss. As you
Yes, sir.
rightly said, the crude oil and the target for net zero and others. So everything is related. Maybe you can read further. Okay. So I think I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Good. I'm also good.
Sarthak, I just have one question about
Okay.
heat treatment of steel. So you know how ball bearings are made? If you see ball bearings, inside they are tough, but on the outside they are hard. How exactly do you achieve both these qualities, which are opposite to each other? Okay, sure. No worries.
Okay. Maybe as you brought the point of ball bearing, maybe I think you have mentioned you worked on the two-stroke engine model or four-stroke engine model.
Four-stroke.
Yes, sir. For first year.
Yeah. So do you remember that? What did you do as a part of that project? Can you explain?
Yes, sir. We have we did the prototype model of the four-stroke engine from the wooden material and all those sticks
Okay.
and all.
Which gives more power, two-stroke or four-stroke?
Four-stroke.
Four-stroke gives more power as compared to two-stroke.
Yes, sir.
Reason?
It's, not sure.
Okay. Okay. I think Prachi, as a HR, you would like to do something, something, or it's okay.
I'm not a part of panelists, but yes, I would like to know about your hobbies, Sarthak, if you were to say. What do you do in your spare time, if you get some spare time?
Yes, sir. Sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In my spare time, I like to read the different kind of novels like mystery and thriller. And I also like to write about what I've read in the books or what I've watched in the movies, like some kind of review and all. It was
So you have a blog or something?
no, no, ma'am,
Right?
not a blog.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. So
I would like to start the blog, but not right now.
Okay. Okay. Good. Can you describe yourself with one positive quality in one word, maybe?
I'm very patient. I'm very patient. I can say if there is any pressure in the while I'm working or I'm working in the team or something, so I keep calm and work patiently. I try to find the solution in the problem.
Great. Okay. So I think we are done.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sarthak. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
You will get your
Thank you,
feedback in few minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
And yes. Now, Atharva, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah, Tharva. Yeah. Hi. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Vani, you can unpin me from the screen because these three are the panelists. I am not one of the panelists. Okay. Yeah, great. Okay. So
Okay, yeah.
all the best, Atharva, and
Thank you,
over
ma'am.
to you, panelists.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Atharva. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, sir. Good evening. I'm very fine, sir. How are you?
Fine. So I think as you are second, I think you have got some idea, correct?
A little bit of idea.
Just like a Viva, people will ask what has asked.
Yes, yes. The first roll number usually suffers.
Yeah.
Actually, currently, what is happening is your name is Atharva, correct? So
Yes.
alphabetically, actually, A is
Right.
first. But
Yes.
Siddharth was first. I
I
think we
faced
should
this
have
issue
taken
all
it.
over. I faced this issue all over my life. My roll number was at the start in the
Oh, so
entire
you are
school,
used
and
to it, actually. So you are used to it, correct?
a little kind of used to it.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So currently, where are you now?
Sir, I'm actually right now in Pune, staying here and doing my internship in one of a startup called Rikaho Digital. There I'm working as a full stack web developer trainee. They are providing me trainee and all other stuff. Means it is a full-time work, and they are trying to build up me as a full stack web developer, and later uh, they'll think about it.
So your eighth semester is already over. What is the current status actually? Means when
No,
you are
actually,
as an intern?
right now I'm doing my 8th semester. It is my final year internship. So
So it will be a parallel, miss. After completion of your internship, you will go back to college. What is the
no,
term?
no, no. It is actually the last semester. So it is a part of curriculum that it is necessary for
Okay,
us to complete 6-month internship.
6 month internship. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, great.
Yes.
And after completion of every year, was there any training was there, or it is at the end of miss? It is in eighth semester only.
In 8th semester, it is compulsory for 6 months, but after each year, as we complete, I have done. After my first year, I have done an internship, 1.5 month internship in Mahavitran.
Mhm.
Mahavitran, and later on, due to COVID, internship was not able to take. So our college provided us with a second option to complete any online courses and take certifications on it.
Okay. So which certification did you do in that?
Sir, I was in after first lockdown, means in the 4th semester, I done.
But it's good that means before.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. We are able to hear you.
In 4th semester, I did little bit of Python, but I didn't find it much interesting, as I took my primary coding languages C and C++. I did it just for the completion of my certification, and later on I developed my interest in web development. So I done many certifications in it, and also give some LinkedIn provided exams which are available already at the LinkedIn platform that I have taken, and few other certifications related to PHP and some other frameworks about web development.
Yeah. So I think it's better you introduce yourself, Miss,
Yes,
because
sir.
we are talking this. So maybe you
Yes,
can
sir.
start as a general introduction. Yeah.
Yes, sir. First of all, good evening to everyone, and I would like to thank DBA to come forward and make this possible as the mock interview to help us every student. And following with my interview, my name is Atharva Rekchand Borikar. I'm basically from Chandrapur district of Maharashtra. I have completed my previous education like 10th and 12th standard from Chandrapur itself. And later on, after my 12th, I have done engineering in electronics and telecommunication engineering in Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University in Lonere. And uh, further in my college, I was introduced to programming languages like C and C++ in my earlier years of engineering. There I found very much interested in those languages. So I decided to switch my career from electronics and telecommunication to an IT sector. So you can see in my resume that I have few projects in electronics, and later on then I shifted to IT projects. So as in this current semester, I have done a 2D game development project so that I can be up to date, and I can be the selective person which will be required for any IT job role. So and talking about my extracurricular activities, I have participated, I have been a part of NCC in our college, and later on I have also been participated in Cynosure event. It's a technical fest in our college, and Tech Whip also. I have been a second, so I have secured second position in Tech Whip contest in our college, and I have been taking part on various coding contests a little bit to keep myself up to date about all the coding contests which are going on. And if I talk about my hobbies, my hobbies is traveling. I travel a lot. I like to go in different places in my, especially in the weekend. And if I try to talk about my games and all, I like to play badminton and chess. And as I'm an artist from my childhood, I love to draw different sketches and paintings, and this has helped me in the to grow interest inside the web development, in where more type of designing and more UI work is there. So it effectively brings up my creativeness in that special field. So this was all about me, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and maybe can you just elaborate regarding you're talking about the current project, the internship? You want to give a brief regarding that?
Yes, sir. Means now, if I talk of my internship at this point, means I was applying for internships from 2 months at Internshala and all other platforms. So my basic aim was to anyhow get into any internship at any startup, because I was looking for a startup, because in startup we get lot of things to actually learn initially as a very beginner. And if you compare it with an MNC where most of the crowd goes, and some type of we cannot grab much attention in an MNC as compared to a startup. So I was looking for startup and I applied, and I got a place, means I got a call from the Recaro Digital, and I got a place. So their basic HTML programming, CSS and JavaScript, a little bit of frameworks, some designing was asked, and now I have been taught there the Laravel framework in this 1.5 months, 1.5 months Laravel framework. And next is a little bit of information about Git server, PHP also, and database management, something related to it. So currently now I'm working in the in my office, in my company. I'm working as in a project where it is similar to a e-commerce website, which is also a little bit part. It is developed in Magento, which is also means which will be helpful for building an e-commerce website. Magento is famous for it. So these are the things, a little bit of things I'm trying to learn day by day, and trying to build up my position, a good position in the startup.
Okay. So can you just tell me, Miss, what is the difference between backend and front end? Can you you're just talking about the backend and front end?
Yes. So, sir, backend, if we talk about, means for a simple example, if we give, if we try to for any login form, if we try to put an email address and then password, then that password is goes back to the server. It checks back to the server that is this email we do have saved it in our database or not. It will check. If yes, then it will show that it is incorrect password or something. If the password is wrong, or if it is the password is not there, it is not present in our database, so it will show that it is not present in our database. This is a simple format of backend verification. So this programming is done in backend. And if we try to talk about the front end, all the stuff which we see, the css, the html, the total skeleton of the website or any or anything which we see on our computer is the form of the front end. So if we and front end also involves the verification, which includes that password must contain at least 8 letters or something characters, special characters or not. This is the part of the front end. So this type of things are done in front end and back end, which will obviously make up a good website.
And what is UI?
Yes, sir.
What is UI?
Yeah, so UI is the user interface in which we try to provide the different type of options, the different type of availabilities, and the ease of user is mostly focused in UI. So making it pretty and all things are under UI, and all other technical stuff related to it.
So you're just talking about database management, correct? Miss, you understand database management?
No, sir, not at the core level, but
Maybe you know what is database?
yes, sir.
And do you know what is data lake?
No, sir, data lake, I don't know about it.
Okay. So maybe means you are talking about different languages which you are trying to learn and others. But now everyone is talking about digital. Okay. So do you know, Miss, can you just talk about digital? Miss, can you give me 3 or 4 names of the digital technologies, and can you elaborate regarding one technology in detail?
Sir, if I talk about the latest technologies which are most trending right now are the AI augmented, AR augmented reality and VR virtual reality, and another is machine learning. Recently, Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, has also talked about it in an interview in IIT KGP, that machine learning is the part in which most of the upcoming future will be there. And recently we have seen the Facebook, the core company of Mark Zuckerberg, has transferred to Meta. So he is creating a metaverse. So in future, metaverse is going to be the future of each and every technology, which also includes gaming and each and everything. We have been playing games like PUBG and other arcade games. It will just be converted into metaverse in which people can also interact with each other and do all the AR and VR reality stuffs in it. So these are the
Can you
technologies.
just give me example of any AR?
Yes, sir. No, I didn't understand.
Any example of augmented
Any
reality?
practical example of AR?
Any practical example of AR? Yes. Recently, you might be knowing about the Shark Tank, which has been India, which has been first time started in India. There was a person who have brought his project as a metaverse in the Shark Tank. So that is a perfect example of augmented reality in which the person is created. It has given all its features. It has given all the things, means it has programmed specifically as to reflect the human behavior, and the augmented reality can do whatever the things which we do in our real world in the virtual reality, in VR. So it is a combination of AR and VR. So this is the perfect example of audience.
Okay, and then what is artificial intelligence then?
Sir, artificial intelligence means if we try to program a robot to perform its activities and to to program itself and to develop itself. We are programming it in such a way that it can reprogram itself for the betterment of it. So this is artificial intelligence. So Sophia the bot is a perfect example of the artificial intelligence. It is the first humanoid robot.
Okay, maybe I will take one more, then maybe others can ask. Yeah. So you're saying that in during your internship, you're preferring to work with a startup. Okay, and is because compared to MNC, you will get more exposure and. So can you just tell me, Miss, in that startup, what are the different departments to whom you are interacting, or can you just elaborate as a startup? What is the overall ecosystem? Is maybe in future people like you or if any other person fresher want to start a new startup, okay, so how to start a startup, miss, what is your idea, what you have done over there, miss, from entrepreneurship point of view? I'm not asking you from technical perspective.
Sir, actually I'm not a bit expert in this, but I'll try to go. I think Swapnil sir is much good. I have an expertise in it, but I'll try to give my own perspective. So first of all, the basic structure, it depends upon it. Means we have to figure out what are the roles, the main roles which will be having the main key points, the main milestones which we have to check through the from the start of the product to the end of the product. So we have to just make a list of it, and we have to particularly assign assign the different tasks to the different members of it. And I think according to me, taking up everything on our own is the worst decision in a startup. Means it must be already sorted out to each and every member that this is your thing and that is your thing. So this is the thing. I think I don't know if I'm up to your, was this your question or not?
So it's a simple question, miss. You have mentioned, miss, I'm just miss, you have mentioned some line, I'm just taking the same line and I want you to explain it, miss. The point is, if you are saying something, there may be a question which can come, and be prepared for that. This is the point which I'm just trying to prove you. Okay. So I'm okay, miss, I'm good. Rajesh,
I'm not going in detail considering the time. I'm not getting into technical questions because you have covered quite good. Only few questions in general I would like to ask you. Mention about coding contest. Which are the coding contests that you participated, and which are the language that you have used in those coding?
Sir, basically, right now I'm using C and C++ languages, whichever suits better, and whichever tries to code in less time, in less lines and all. So if I talk about contest, like there is a contest at Ford Chef, and our DBATU also have a special team for it. Means they have arranged a different contest in on Ford Chef. They will be regularly every day keep posting questions so that we get practiced on it. And other coding like Geek for Geeks has a few different types of questionnaires. And in my earlier stage, I was trying. Means I tried to code on different. Means I tried to figure out, means taking a list of the YouTubers which have they have taken listed out some important questions and related to our future job interviews and all that I have practiced. And so just this.
Do you know something about HackerRank?
Oh yes, sir, I know HackerRank.
You are part of that community?
HackerRank, sir, actually I was earlier, but I'm not right now. I'm not doing it continuously.
Okay, that's okay. The only other question other than technical, you said you like badminton, right?
Yes, sir.
So there is only one Indian in the current championship, world championship that is going on. Who is he and which level he has reached?
No, sir, I don't know about it. I just play it for as my part time and just time pass if you talk about.
Okay. Okay, I think I am done.
Yes,
Atharva, I have only one question for you.
yes, sir.
So in your short-term career, how do you see progression? Do you want to stick to web development, or do you want to switch to any other domain? And how will you encounter how will you manage a situation where you have disagreement with your coworkers? In typical startups, you have very small teams, and
Yes,
you take ownership of everything. And at times there are heated arguments. So how do you see yourself solving those problems and avoiding any kind of such issues where you don't have ruckus, you have a consensus solution in short amount of time?
Sir, actually now in my startup, we are a member of at least 10 to 12 people. So right now, each and every person is contributing his 2 hour to me from his schedule, so that he can teach me some points. Some of my seniors will teach me some of the Laravel concepts. Some of the will teach me Git concepts or JavaScript concepts. And in such a way, we do have a proper organization in which no one interferes into another's field. So I do think that there might be some heated arguments in it, because there are a lot of it is a small community in a startup. So I think that everything can be solved according to this, if we try to build it to solve peacefully. And in an IT domain or in any professional career, uh, place of mind is the thing which we need to have everywhere. So keeping ourselves calm and trying to figure out a better solution for any problem. Better solution and also the perfect solution for a problem might just solve the issue.
Sure. And about your career progression, do you have any plans for short term, like 3 to 5 years? When do you see yourself?
So in my first 2 to 3 years, I see myself becoming to be a true expert or a master at the technologies which I will be choosing, and which I will be working on. And then I will plan to fill up the voids in my knowledge and the personality development related fields, and try to become a complete person, means a, a complete job role candidate for any opportunity to grab on. And later in my 2 to 3 years, I see myself to become a reliable co-worker to all the colleagues and to my seniors, and able to take tough tasks and responsibilities on my own. And also in the upcoming 3 to 4 years, after 3 to 4 years, I also means I would like to contribute in making and developing my juniors, which will be under my under my uh, under my supervision. And I like to means it will be also good in building my it will also be good in building my what do you call it, mentorship and all things. Yes.
Thanks, Atharva. Over to you,
Yes, sir.
Prachi. I think we have only 5 minutes left. In the meeting.
Yes. Okay. So I think we are done. I just want to ask one quick question to Atharva. I can see one poster behind you. What's
Yes,
written
sir.
on it?
It is written that if you are waiting for the right time, it is now.
Perfect. I think this summarizes our efforts also. Okay. Over to you, Rajesh. You want to give some quick do's
Yeah,
and don'ts tips for
yeah, do's and
participants? Yes.
don'ts. Yeah, I have few things. Now I will go in general later. Before that, I will just give a feedback on these two candidates. Maybe others panelists also can add. The thing is, I think both of you have worked on a lot of projects. So you have to make sure whenever you go for the interview, carry the project report or something. If it is being asked to produce something, and be thorough with your resume. I mean, that is the first point. Anyway, I have listed it here. Even though it has done in the past, you should be thorough that what you have done. It should not be something like that it is in the past and I don't know. If you don't know, please don't put it in the resume. Because if you must have seen the question that has come to you are based on the resume only. You will have to understand that interviewer has only the resume as a basis to ask you the question. Because we don't know, the interviewer doesn't know you right in person. So it is the resume is the only document based on which the question would come. So you'll have to put the details in the resume in such a way that you will be able to answer each and every word that you have written on that. Okay, that is the first thing. Second is please don't use short forms. In the introduction, you must have used we have completed from BATU, and see what happens is for us we know, but for outside world it may not be. So it's better to, in the resume also there are a lot of short forms that you have used. It may not be the case that the interviewer will be knowing all the short forms. So it's better to put the short form and in the bracket the long form in the bracket as a short form. So that is the first tip that I wanted to give. Otherwise, both of you have done well. Sarthak, I think your frankness is something good. That is something one of the point that I also have listed, that please do not bluff. If you don't know, please say I don't know. But if you know, then only you answer. It is always learning process for everybody. Everybody is learning throughout the life. So there is interviewer, and that too as a fresher, nobody would expect you to know everything. But as a fresher we would be expecting from the candidate is the things that he has learned, whether he is able to explain or not, he has really done or not, he is able to explain it in a in a better communication way or not. So communication is the key. Your resume is the key, and you will have to market yourself. Anyway, you have both done well what you have done in the part of introduction, but at the same time, I feel there are few things you were explaining which is not in the resume. Okay, so that is also you'll have to, if you are explaining that, it should be there in the resume, because unless and until you market yourself, like we know that this much percentage in your graduation, 12th, 10th is okay, but the projects that you are carrying out, the technology that you are exposed to, the different coding contests that he was mentioning. Now he mentioned that in the coding contest, but it is nowhere mentioned in the resume, because these are the plus points that you will get when you go for the interview. So anything that you have done, you will have to put in the resume, and you should call it out during the interview, so that it will be the plus point for you guys, to get into the organization. At the same time, what you have to do is, when you appear for any organization interview, please research the organization, please research that company, what that company is doing, what business that company is into, their locations, their branches, what are the different scope, the areas that they operate in, which are the different countries they operate in, what are the different technologies they operate in, what are the different projects they work in. And then you try to map your skills with the projects or the companies operating, so that you can convince them why I'm fit for getting into your organization. Okay, so these are that is the other thing which I thought it is better to. Other thing is willingness to learn. Anyway, what we look for is, as I said earlier, we don't expect the thorough coding, unless it is a product company or the startup company that Atharva, the company that he is working in, like they would be looking directly as a full stack development, the thorough coding. But the companies like, you know, the Capgemini or the Accentures or the IBMs or the TCS, like, who are the service-based company, would be looking for the candidate who is willing to learn, who has attitude to learn. And we just want to gain the confidence that if this person is given the training, whether he will or she will be of worth to us or not. So that confidence you will have to give to the interviewer, no matter what are the way that you can. Okay, that is the success mantra, I would say. And while talking or while explaining or while answering to any question, as Rajendra was pointing out, you will have to be very careful in using the word in such a way that it can lead to the another question. So you will have to use the words, keywords. You should use the keywords with which you will get a question and you will be able to answer that. Don't use any hi-fi, any high-tech keywords so that you will get into the question that you can't answer. Like the question that Rajendra was mentioning, right? It was because you answered something and that triggered that question. That is how the interview happens. The interviewer doesn't have any framed questions for any candidate. It is the conversation that start with the resume, and as the communication or the conversation further proceeds, it is based on how you communicate, what you communicate, and then the question comes. Like, for example, Atharva just said he is very interested in badminton. So the question comes that what is the right now going on? So it's a final. Lakshya Sen is working for World Championship final today, Atharva. He is the only Indian, and today he is contesting for the finals. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, what you speak, each and every word, what you put it in the resume, you should be able to explain. Any question that comes to you, you should be able to explain, and you should be good. So that is the summary, I would say, to crack any interview for that matter. And I think both of you have done good. Anyway, he's already into startup, so definitely he will on the right path, and I think he will do good. You are also doing research into thermal engineering and refrigeration. So good luck on that. So you have done very well. And these are the few things for you as well as the other participant for cracking any interview for that matter, any company, whether it is a core mechanical or civil or electrical or electronics company or any IT service company. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Prachi. Thanks a lot.
Rajendra, Milind, you want to add something as general do's and don'ts for?
Yeah, sure. Miss, I just want to add few. Miss, I think Rajesh has summarized it very well, and really. All the best, both of you. Actually, both of you has done fairly well, Miss. Actually, it was really good, Miss. Looking at maybe it may be your first interview. If it's really your first interview, both of you have really done good. But as Rajesh was saying, Miss, actually, the first question which anyway is going to come to you is introduce yourself. Okay, so practice it, Miss. Actually, Miss, I will talk about myself. Even though, Miss, I have changed 6 companies, and every time whenever I am still going for an interview, I am preparing myself for the introduction. I am preparing myself for 3 to 5 minutes of introduction. Miss, whatever, Miss, I will write it down on Word file or on paper. I will take a printout and I will prepare it. I will Miss, each and every line, word, paragraph. I will prepare myself in front of mirror. Okay, so prepare yourself for that. A well rehearsed speech, starting speech, introduction speech. Okay, that you can do, both of you, and maybe you can tell everyone that, because the first question for everyone is whether it's a fresher or experience, mostly the first question is going to be introduce yourself. So be prepared for that. And rest, I think Rajesh has nicely summed up regarding CVs and others. And another thing which I just want to tell each of you, Miss, actually what I can see is after first year, I think you have done some 1 month of training. Maybe after COVID, you cannot do for second year. But now you are getting a chance to get a 6 month of internship. So it is really nice, Miss. You people are going to get before your interview or before getting into the industry, you are getting a good experience of internship and others. And please utilize that, because whatever you have learned in BATU during theoretical, that is and whatever certificate you are going to get, it is just a stepping stone into the industry. But whatever you are going to learn in during this internship and other, because as you are currently doing it, I'm just advising you that try to be thorough in whatever you are doing. Give justice to whatever you are doing, spend whatever time you are spending, 6 months and others. Don't look it as a just miss, you have to complete something. Be just look it from a practical point of view, because from my perspective, I will just give you one story, maybe we are exceeding the time. But when I was in 1998, I was in BATU. It was IPCL was the company which came for campus interview first time. IPCL, it was a great name at that time, Indian Petrochemical Corporation Limited, and first time one of our diploma sir was having some contact in IPCL, and they came for the interview, campus interview. And in that campus interview, I was the person, and the another person was Deepak Gupta, who was our college topper. There were only two people who got selected. And frankly speaking, I was never a topper. I was never in first 10 also, but I got selected. So the reason I prepare well. I prepare for the introduction. I prepare for the group discussion. There was a part, we were 4 batchmate or roommate. So before the interview, 2-3 days before, we were preparing for the group discussion. And that group discussion was nothing but it was like it was not discussion, it was a debate on, you can say it was a quarrel on some different topics. Okay, so like whether it's you can quarrel on anything. You can quarrel on whatever Kashmir file, or you can quarrel on whatever Russia, Ukraine. But prepare yourself for that group discussion if it is going to happen. So I prepared myself for that, and I was ready. There was some story which I prepared. Actually, there was some question related to my we call it industrial training, not internship. So after every completion of every year, there used to be some industrial training we used to go. After completion of first year, second year, and third year, I have done some training. And at that time, I have really taken that very seriously. Actually, I really enjoyed that training. And there was some as he was talking about HVAC system. So similarly, there was some heating system called hot oil system. So that hot oil system, I have really understood that hot oil system in that one of the company. And I was so fascinated with that system. When I was doing that training, I have done, I have studied all the PID, all the PFD, and it was in my brain somewhere. And when in IPCL, there was a question that, do you know what are the different heating system? I say hot oil. So he was surprised, how you know hot oil? So I have seen. Then he asked me that, can you elaborate? Then after 15 minutes, I was just talking about hot oil, and I got selected. So that's all, So it was a luck, Otherwise, I was never of capability. So get selected into IPCL, and due to that IPCL experience, I am here where I am currently. So it was like, please take your internship very seriously. Please try to understand the practical thing, because theoretical is that's okay, but practical things are going to help you in your career, after getting entry into the job also. So please take that thing very, very seriously, and all the best to both of you. Okay.
Thank you so much, Rajendra. Milind, you want to add something?
Yes, I won't take much time. Continuing to Rajendra sir's point, that introduction is the question we will be asked in every interview. My recommendation for freshers would be to keep your introduction very simple. Like Rajendra sir mentioned, for 3 to 5 minutes, because he has significant amount of work experience. But as freshers, we don't have experience, and probably the HRs won't have that bandwidth to hear about each candidate for 3 to 5 minutes. So keep it simple, keep it for less than 1 minute, and keep it in a story format so that it's interesting for the interviewer to listen to your introduction. Second observation about the interview, today's interview, is that you might get some jumbling questions like masters and doing UPSC or doing entrepreneurships. All of these things are good, But try to understand this thing. If I am the HR, I won't be interested in a candidate who is willing to go for masters. So even if you are planning of doing masters, try to polish your answer. Try to tweak that answer. Don't lie, but don't say that, hey, I'm more interested in doing masters. That would put you on the back foot. And last tip I have for you is research about the company and take chance to ask questions to the interviewer. That gives an impression that the candidate is really genuinely interested in the job, and your chances of getting selected for the next round increases a lot. That's all from my side. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you, Rajendra, thank you, Rajesh, and thank you, Milind. This was a great learning experience, and I'm sure we are going to put this on our YouTube channel also. So many students who will watch this session afterwards also are going to benefit. And I thank Rajendra, Rajesh, and Milind, all three of you, on behalf of Alumni Association. You have given your valuable time to guide our students. And I thank Atharva and Sarthak for being present here. I think the students who are ready to grab any opportunity that is given to them are always going to excel in their lives. So Atharva and Sarthak, all the best, and thank you to both. And I thank all the participants who have joined. I thank everyone who is watching this, who have taken time to be present in this session. And thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Prachi. Thanks, all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank you all. All the best.
Thank you, sir.